Hi, everybody. I'm Ed.
And I'm Barb.
And we're the Streeters.
Welcome to the RDRV live stream tonight.
Merry Christmas.
So good to see everyone tonight, and we should have a good show. I'm excited.
So. Well, we made it through the blustery, low-pressure cell that we had fly through here Sunday, and we hope everybody, all of our friends up north where it's going on and blowing its way out of here, everybody's safe up there, too, so...
I hope everyone made it through the storm, and we've had a little bit of flooding, but I don't think anything major.
No, we just have to take the long way around to get to the office, just because the short way through the woods, there's a lot of different flooded roads and water on the road. So why take a chance? Just take the 10 more extra minutes and be here.
So I'm looking through the questions, and I think the first question tonight, Ed, is from... Pauline, you had a question, but somehow it got erased. So if you need that question answered, put it back in there. It came up and then it disappeared.
It just disappeared.
So let's see. First question from MB Volker. Where is the best place to get smaller quantities of lead cane, and what solder should we use on it?
Hey, MB Volker, it's good to have you here tonight. Happy holidays to you. So that's a good question, but you can Sunshine, our sponsor of tonight's show, Sunshine Glassworks. They don't just sell the 50-pound boxes. They also sell the 25-pound boxes of lead, and that's really not a lot of lead when you think about it, but it is more cost effective as far as shipping. Or Sunshine also sells 6-foot lengths of cane, all different sizes, but they come rolled up. You're better off to buy it in the 25-pound box, and as long as you keep it in the box, because the box has desiccant in it, it's not going to oxidize, and 25 pounds of lead, you'll be surprised how fast you'll go through it. So, but yeah, I would do that, and typically I just use 50-50 solder when I'm soldering lead, because there's no reason to spend the extra money and use the 60-40, because I'm not patining it. I'm allowing it to do its thing all by itself. So the answer to your question is Sunshine Glassworks and 50-50 solder.
That's right. Okay. Let's see.
I see Larry Mary's here tonight.
Yes, Larry Mary.
Hey, we got your calendar. Thank you.
Ray is here. Hi, Ray. Let's give Ray a thumbs up. He's our moderator. If you have any questions or
thank you, Ray, for everything you do. We appreciate it. Merry
Ray's
Christmas
here
to you.
To give us a hand, and we thank you. We appreciate you, Ray. Let's give a big shout out to Sunshine.
Tonight's sponsor. Hey. Yeah, so we want to thank Sunshine Glassworks for sponsoring tonight's show. And, your glass needs, your lead. I don't think that they sell boxes of lead less than 25 pounds, but you can always ask. What happens when you start breaking them down into smaller pieces, you probably end up paying more per piece. So if you can do the 25 pounds, but anyway, Sunshine carries over 1,500 different colors and textures of glasses, and from all the different manufacturers. Kokomo is not back up into production yet, but I'm sure as soon as they get back in and get back in the groove, get the furnaces back up and running, we'll be hearing from them real soon too. So thank you, Sunshine Glassworks. We're going to take it back to the live camera now.
To the main camera. Okay, let me do this real quick. There we go.
Hey, we're back.
I'm trying to find questions. Multitasking.
Y'all, I don't know about you, but thumbs up on Barbara's outfit tonight. She looks really nice.
Yeah, Ray said Mrs. Claus. Yeah, that's who I am tonight. I've been shopping today, so I feel like Mrs. Claus.
We had a nice time today.
Pauline wanted to know, when you teach a new student, how do you teach them to not be so anxious when they're trying to accomplish, new students have high hopes of when they want to accomplish things?
Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of take the air out of all of that and instill in them that they need to develop their own technique. And it's not going to come to you right away, but through practice, your frustration will be eliminated. And as your frustration eliminates, then everything else grows with that. And that's how you can, everybody gets frustrated when they first start out because you're cutting glass. And of course, you're doing something new. But the cutting of the glass is the most frustrating for people. The second most frustrating thing, Pauline, is learning how to solder correctly and doing it the way that you feel comfortable showing your work. So what happens during the beginner stained glass class, and it should happen for everyone, is you develop your own technique. But when you're teaching a class, the two things that you have the most trouble with should be spent the most time on during the class, and that's what I do. I think we have 14 hours of beginner stained glass when we teach a class, and I would say the first 3 hours is we're learning how to cut glass, and then when we're finishing up our project the next afternoon, we start working on the soldering very early so that everyone can be confident when they go home and start another project. So. That's a long answer, but you know what?
Texas talk.
Are you sleeping, buddy?
No. His answer was a baseball bat. I don't know what you're answering to, but very hilarious.
It's good. Okay, Tom.
Okay.
It's all good. Man. It's all good.
Okay.
I'm glad everything arrived.
Yeah. You're welcome. So, Glasslight said they never used lead cane. Recently bought some hobby cane. How to stretch the hobby cane?
You stretch the hobby cane, well, just the same way you would do the other cane. First of all, if you're going to work with lead, you should at least have a lead vise that can be mounted to the table. And, here's the thing about what solder to use for lead cane. I just use 50-50 because I do a lot of it. And it's not that I don't like 60-40, but 60-40 is about $7 more a roll right now. And so I'm using 50-50. And I've only used 50-50 on lead for almost 40 years. And the 60-40 I reserve just for my copper foil work because of the way it has to be finished. And using the 60-40, I know it'll be finished correctly. So you can use 60-40 on lead. There's nothing that says you can't. So
right.
Just, if you have good results with 60-40 on lead, that's fine. 60-40 lead is a little bit stiffer.
Solder, you mean? Yeah.
Because the tin, okay? And that's why that's one of many reasons they recommend you use 60-40 solder on copper foil, because of the tin that's in it, and it's a stiffer solder when it cools, which makes the window more rigid. So lead doesn't move around and go crazy. If you're going to put it in a door, you always have to reinforce it. So using 50-50 solder, which is more flexible because it's got the same amount of tin and lead together. It's not one more of one and not the other, but the 50-50 solder is more flexible, and I just prefer using it with lead. It seems to flow better for me. So, but anyway, more than anything, it's what I do, and cost has a lot of factor in it. So
we answered the question about the hobby cane, stretching it, right?
Right, you just need a lead vise, yeah, and a pair of pliers. I mean, if you don't have a Stanton stretcher, if you can find one in your yard sale travels or whatever, please pick one up, because if you can find them now, they're about $175. So.
Someone said they had something at Harbor Freight that was similar, but I don't know.
Oh, that'd be awesome, and I don't doubt it. Harbor Freight has many tools that you
Not
can...
on here, but I...
No, that you can improvise into your glass studio. So, yeah. Harbor Freight, you just have to look around. It's like I needed to upfit the handle on our glass blowing furnace. So I'm walking through the hardware store and I see you know what I see? I see a log stacking device for outside your home. And I bring it back here and I make 2 cuts with the Sawzall, and I got a brand new handle that works awesome. So, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, so
right.
Yeah, check out your hardware stores. Check out Harbor Freight, all those places. They all have different things and hopefully they'll help you use, to stretch into lead, you just want to, you don't have to stretch it like 6 miles. When you're stretching your lead, you only want to stretch it 2 to 3 inches. That's all you're doing. You want to activate the molecules in the materials, but more than anything, you want to straighten it out. So.
Thank you, Ed. Good questions, and that answers... I think we answered...
like 4 questions, right?
Yeah. A couple people had questions about 60-40 and 50-50 solder. can you use it on both? And I think you answered yes.
Well, yeah,
can.
you can. It's just personal preference. But 50-50 flexes more. 60-40 is more rigid for copper foil anyway by design. So.
Yeah, and so Mary Kay says, we look so festive. Thank you, Mary
Well,
Kay.
it's the
We
holidays.
had a lot of good comments about
Right.
how we all look so festive and great.
And we
all
won't be
that.
with you
Thank
guys on Christmas because you'll be with your families and we'll be with ours. But guess what? We are going to have a pre-recorded.
I don't know what we're doing.
We're going to do something.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. We'll send you a
We
message.
might take Christmas off.
Yeah, we might
Hello.
take Christmas off. You know what?
We'll
I think
see
we're
you
going to
next
take Christmas off. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see next week.
We'll see you next week. But we got time together right now, so.
Let's spend it together. And
He's always thinking of things that he has
well,
to
and
do
I don't feel
in
like
the future.
singing yet. So
No,
that's
don't sing.
okay.
Okay. Mary Kay has a question.
Hey,
Lead-free solder, because of the toxicities. Yes. I would love to use this as a go-to. Is there any other difference other than it's lead-free? Do you compromise the structure?
I don't think that you. Normally, lead-free solder is used on things such as jewelry, things that are going to be touching your skin, things like that. I don't know that and if anybody out there, on our channel, if anybody uses lead-free solder to do, large work or put sun catchers together with lead-free solder, let us know because, like I said, I've only heard of people using the lead-free solder in order for jewelry and smaller things like that. I'm sure, if you can get it to flow and it'll work for you, I would try it. Solder, it just doesn't have any lead in it, which means it's going to have really high tin content, and it's probably got nickel in it. So you're probably going to be hot on the soldering iron, I would think. So.
Okay. Most of the time, lead-free solder, as you know, is used for things that touch your skin,
Right.
jewelry, that type of thing. So.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It could be the reason. It could be expensive, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. We have a little bit of lead-free solder and a little spool, maybe a 1/4-pound spool, and that's all we have.
It'd be pretty pricey.
And it's very pricey. But here's the thing: if you're worried about the toxicity of just using 50-50 solder or something, try just solder with gloves, because even though you don't have lead in your lead-free solder, there's a lot of other stuff in there too.
But
So
how do the gloves help you when you're soldering?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can see where the gloves would help when you're doing lead work, when you're using the lead.
Yeah.
But when you're soldering,
You don't have to hold the solder in your hand.
I don't see how the
roll.
gloves. Well, maybe when you hold the solder in your hand, but your other hand, you don't need a glove, and you don't want to.
No, you surely wouldn't want to melt latex or anything like that to your finger.
What you really have
pulls
to
the
be
skin.
careful with
It's
is
the
the
fumes.
fumes.
Yeah, so
That's what it is. Not
get
the
a
gloves.
get a fume extruder, which is going to run you about $80 or $90, and we have them on our page, right, Barb?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a fume extruder. If you're worried about that, it's not touching it. What it is breathing it. And if you smoke, eat, or drink anything while you're working, that's absolutely a no-no anyway. All of eating and everything should be done prior to you working with your lead cane and soldering, or after you've washed thoroughly, and then you can eat, drink, or smoke, or do whatever you do. So you have to be really careful. Most of the time, it's not because you're holding it. I wouldn't think. It's not, it's going to absorb into your skin a little bit, but here's the thing. You're holding a plastic spool of solder. More than likely, it's the fumes. And if you're using paste flux, woo! That's definitely not not something you want to do.
The fumes from the flux and from the solder and everything. You need something in the room to take all that out of there.
Yeah, so make sure you have good ventilation, and try that a lot, because we have had a lot of people. I'd say over the past 38 years, we've had probably 25 people that took stained glass classes, and their biggest problem was the fumes, not the materials. So
we have a lot of people telling us to take Christmas off.
Thank you.
And some people said a Christmas special would be fun. If we do a live, it'll be from our home. It won't be from here.
Yeah, it'll be from our home in front of. We'll do a fireside chat. If we do.
I think a day off would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Well, I hope everybody's done their Christmas shopping, and if not, we still have plenty of stuff left.
Yeah, we do. One more day of shipping tomorrow. Well, you can order
Wednesday.
whenever you want to.
Right.
We won't ship. Friday will be our last shipping day. Store will close on Thursday.
Hey, Scott. Yeah, we're having our very last glass blowing classes tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
For the season, for the season. So we'll be hanging out by the furnace tomorrow.
Carol R. wants to know, how do I keep from rubbing off my patina when I'm polishing the finished piece?
I don't know. It might not. Don't polish it so hard, Carol. I don't know. Yeah, because the patina.
Don't use such a stiff brush.
Yeah,
soft brush.
Yeah,
soft cloth.
If you're polishing patina on copper foil, you should be using like a cheesecloth. Yeah, or t-shirt. Mm-hmm. An
Not
old
a brush.
t-shirt. Yeah,
Not
an
a
old
brush.
t-shirt. Don't use an RDRV t-shirt. Use an old t-shirt.
Not a hard brush or even a brush. A soft t-shirt usually.
Yeah,
works
and
the
if you're
best.
having problems with, someone said that they use their old toothbrush to make sure they got the wax out from the edges of the solder. So you have to be careful. If you do that, use a soft bristle too, and you don't have to spend a lot of time on it. It's like brrr, brrr, and you're done.
I don't know what that sound relates to.
Quick.
Oh, quick. Okay.
Quick.
Okay, because it didn't sound like solder.
Didn't sound like solder.
Okay, let's see here. I hope that answers your I hope that answers your question.
Yeah,
Carol.
I hope
Try
it does too.
Melissa said it's okay to take Christmas off.
Okay, thanks,
Taking
Melissa.
Christmas off. Magali says hi.
Hey, Magali.
I
I think a package left today.
MB Volker, Glasslight. Glasslight's still working on finishing Christmas gifts. Yeah. Okay. Am I missing a question? I felt like I missed.
We have Miss Mary is on the floor sleeping tonight. She's in a festive mood.
See. I think that was how do you keep from rubbing off that?
I'm not sure, guys, but hey, anyway.
Hey.
So
Oh, Scott, that is sweet. You are a sweet guy.
oh man, thank you, Scott. Welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you, Scott. He gifted 5 memberships.
Oh wow, thank you very much.
Okay, so you guys, I don't know if you see that there, but those memberships were gifted by Scott Veers, and you guys have that ability to give away memberships, and I don't know if you see that. Scott might be able to kind of explain to people how that works. I just heard about it the day before yesterday, and you're the first one that's used it, Scott, so
Yeah,
thank you very
Scott.
much. How sweet is that?
That's awesome.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. That was sweet. So,
Hold on, you know what?
what?
We got to get the.
Yeah, you got to get the.
Let's get the doctor dancing tonight.
Yes.
Thank you, Scott.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay, we're going back to green.
Oh, can I tell the program we got the grant through? That was the South Carolina Arts Commission. So if any of you are in the South Carolina or adjacent area, I have another cool opportunity in South Carolina.
Oh yeah, this is awesome, man.
South Carolina Parks Department does an Artist in Residence program, and you can apply for it in 2024 for the following year. But you can go ahead and get an idea of what you want to do, read through everything. It's South Carolina Parks Residence Program. And what they give you is a week at the park. You can either have a campsite or you can have a cabin. And they
Thank you, Texas Tom.
thank you, Texas Tom.
All right, we're holding. I'm watching so we can start. Barb.
Okay.
Joan, your question will be the first question coming up. Okay.
Thank you, and Joan and the
Yeah.
American.
So and Rochelle, welcome to the show tonight, hon. Glad you're feeling good.
And so now I lost my train of thought.
Well, we're talking
All
about
this
the
good
South
stuff.
Carolina State Parks. You don't have to be a resident of South
No, you
Carolina.
don't. So you
It's a
apply.
cool part.
And so while you're at the park for that week, you agree to do a piece of work that will stay in that park. So they tell you, okay, I need a stained glass window for this cabin or that cabin or the community center. And then you would tell them what you were going to do while you were there for a week. I think it's worth it because a week at the park,
Yeah, they give you
how
a free
much
week.
more inspiration do you need?
And y'all know that's where we get a lot of our inspiration for a lot of the work that we do.
So we'll be going to Huntington Beach State Park for a week in January, and we're going to show you the process of applying, getting inspiration, how you would apply for the grant, and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, so
that's
it's really this, and it's not that we're not going to try for it for this particular location, but we have an idea for another location in 2024 that we may see if we can't get it. So we want to start with Joan Morrow.
Okay.
As our first
Can
question.
you tell me the name of the program that you got your grant from?
Okay, so there we go.
That was the South Carolina Arts Commission, and those grants are continuous. So you apply, and they give them out every 3 or 4 months. So it's not like a once a year thing. And they have several different kind of grants for groups and individual artists.
Right. Yeah, so, and then you have Mary Sullivan. She was answering, trying to help with the rubbing the patina off. So here's the thing, y'all. We all know that when you patina your work, after you clean your work with baking soda and water, and that eliminates all of the flux. And then you patina. And as soon as it turns dark, that's it. It's not getting any darker. It's not going to change. It's not going to do anything because the baking soda neutralizes the acid, and that's what allows the patina to do its job. So remember that.
Okay, Scott says there's an icon next to the chat line, shows a $, then lets you do all sorts of donations and options. And he just picked the one that gifted memberships.
Thank you, Scott.
So that was cool. So those of you that got memberships, congratulations. I'll be sending out a lot of membership kind of messages here over the holidays too.
I just need to make a note.
Shaz Ray said she tent camped on Huntington Beach State Park in the past. It is a beautiful, that's where we're going in January, yeah. South Carolina Arts Commission, thank you, Ray. Ray put the link for South Carolina Arts Commission, and those are two separate entities, so.
Right, yeah, they're both two separate entities in South Carolina.
South Carolina Arts Commission, you have to be South Carolina residents. South Carolina
Parks and Rec.
Parks
Tour
artist
tourism.
and resident.
Right.
You can be from anywhere.
You can be from anywhere. Right.
So.
And it's really a nice program, So, but yeah, so we're going to show y'all how to do that. We're going to do it at Huntington, and we're going to pretend like we're doing it. So.
Okay, Texas Tom. After you paint and fire glass, can it still be cut without messing up the paint?
Yes, if if you allow it to anneal on its own after the soak and it shuts itself off, and then you open it the next day and allow it to anneal at that slow rate on its own, Tom, yeah, you should be able to do anything with that glass that you could have done prior to firing it. Yes.
It may be annealed even better than it was before.
Right.
Sometimes the annealing process
from you works better than them.
Works better than what you get from the factory, and it becomes super soft and sweet to cut.
Yeah, it's really nice. So that's a cool thing about that. But yeah, you should be able to cut that glass, especially if you have to nip it, because it's a little bit big or something for your pattern. And then, of course, always you can always grind it back a little bit too. But yeah, it should cut fine with no problem.
Scott, it's the Artist in Residence, South Carolina Parks Artist in Residence program. And, of course, Karen said, that's awesome. That would be good for you, Karen, too. For all of y'all, because you don't have to be a resident. And you can come to South Carolina.
Right. That's right.
We have beautiful parks.
Yeah, we really do. But the one I know, and the thing about Huntington, it's only 29 miles from the house. But man,
now
awesome.
One of the parks that you can stay in is Barnwell. That's one of the parks.
And they have a site large enough for Artie. That's why we chose that one. But
yeah, so check them. I believe all the sites are at least 36 feet. I think.
Yeah. And some of the state parks only will handle only 20 up to 20-foot campers, and but most of them, the majority of them, have electric and water, and then of course on your way out you can clean your tanks. So pay the RV tax.
They got everything at these parks.
Yeah,
everything.
they really do.
Okay, let's see. I don't have any more questions right at this moment. I think this would be a great time for you to do a glass chat, maybe.
Yeah, well, Barb, I watch the questions come in and I watch the comments come in, and we still, and I really like the fact that we have a lot of beginner students. We have a lot of people that are just beginning. So the last 2 weeks I've done 2 different things in reference to the holidays, and the first thing we did was we did a stocking.
Yeah.
We did use some red and white glass, and we did a stocking. Now these are just such simple beginner patterns that you don't even need a pattern for. So, and then last week, remember, we did a hat. We did a Santa hat, and that was awesome. So this week I'm going to show you beginners and actually you novice too. If it's just very simple. So what I did, if you want to give me the close-up here, Barb, I'm going to try and stay within the camera here, okay? So I picked this really pretty green, and it looks good on this white paper. So the first thing that we're going to do, because Ed, he likes to get rid of what he doesn't need. Now I got my silver schnitz,
Yeah.
and I've got them right side up, y'all. And so we're gonna cut this real quick. And remember, this is just such a simple design. And you know what we're going to use for our pattern? The piece of glass that we're cutting right now. So I'm getting over here. I want to make sure that my silver schnitz are going to do the job for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to scoot this out of the way, and we got our one piece. We have one piece left over here. We're going to take our marker. Now, this is just, you don't need a paper pattern. Once you do this, then go ahead and build your paper pattern. But if you're just wanting to free form a couple of things, but you also need to practice cutting your glass, like Cindy Lou Who, she practices her wrapping skills all the time. And so we're going to practice our cutting skills all the time. And we're even using a Grinch green glass to make a beautiful set of holly. Just like that. So my silver schnitz they're doing the job today for us, and they'll do that same job for you. You don't have to have silver schnitz to do this. So what I want to show you is we're going to take this, and we all know we're going to grind it, we're going to foil it, and then we're going to bring it over here, and we're going to put it together just like that.
Or you can vary it.
You can vary it. You can do whatever you feel like. Okay, so I prefer to grind them, and a lot of times I'll put them together overlapped like this, just because I like that, kind of like that. The other thing is I'll make it like this. But what I want to show you to finish this off, guess what? Just put your three little berries right there. And y'all have a nice little
holly.
A holly.
So that's a nice, easy pattern.
It's a very easy pattern. You're doing it all on your own. And you just want to, fix it together like that. You can put it together any way that you want. Okay? But the whole idea of this is just to have your...
Over here.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
It's just to have your... Okay. So what you want to do after you're done soldering this, you put wire around everything, and there you have it.
There you have
There
it.
you have it. You can hang it. So then you end up with, for the holidays, hang on. You end up with,
There you go. That's upside down.
is it?
Yeah, it is. I promise. There you go. That's good.
So you end up, there's three
Easy.
little,
Aren't they cute?
three little tiny Christmas patterns for y'all.
Beginners.
For beginners. Now you can do this without even making a pattern, but it will increase your confidence and your cutting skills. There's inside curves, outside curves. If you don't have silver snits, it's okay. Use the Lepinette small little mini running pliers. If you don't have a pair, give us a call. We'll get them right out to you. This, y'all, is a very simple design. It's very elegant, and it makes everybody smile. So.
Yeah. Very good for beginners, and they can practice their pattern making and their cutting skills
Right.
and everything else.
And then when they get done putting them together, they can patina them and practice their wrapping skills.
Okay. Carol R. wants to know, is there a way to cut and polish a tiny piece of glass to be glued to the surface of a piece? You look stumped.
Well, there is,
You
but
look
I don't know what are you trying to cut and polish and all that. I mean, if you're gonna, yeah, Carol, I'm not sure what you're doing, huh?
Okay, when you say tiny, I think of the size of a little glass jewel, a little tiny bead. But
I'm not sure how tiny. If you clean whatever you clean with alcohol or basically rubbing alcohol, because it won't leave a film on anything. But you can't just glue it to glass. You really need to spend the money and get some E314. No, I'm sorry. It's a what's the name of that stuff? It's a Loctite 314. It's an ultraviolet glue.
Okay, I had another question. I was trying to find it earlier. Someone had asked, glass on glass, what's a glue that you can use that doesn't show through when they're doing their glass on glass? I know that.
Well, if you can use water clear silicone, it's going to run you about $80 for a 10-ounce tube. It's what we use on glazing shower doors, and you can't see it. It's perfect. It's crystal clear, but it's about $80 a tube, and I don't think we have any on our page, but I think we can probably get some put up there by tomorrow. But it's really expensive, so make sure if you're going to use it, make sure you can use it all. And not,
right, yeah, because
E6000 you're going to see it's not totally transparent.
And then with the Loctite, everything has to be clear. It can't be a colored glass.
It definitely can't be a red or a blue.
Yeah, it has to be totally clear to get the ultraviolet light to
penetrate it,
and then you get like a transparent. Okay, so Carol R.'s question was, is there a way to cut and polish a tiny piece of, how to cut and polish it? Carol, I think that I would try to find a piece that's already cut and polished to add to it, because it sounds like something that tiny would be machine made.
Well, yeah, and then the other thing is, if you need to cut something and polish it, the best way for anybody to polish glass is by fire polishing, which means you put it in your kiln, take it up to 1280, 1325, fire polish it, and roll the edges. And no matter what you did to it before you put it in the kiln, when it comes out, it's going to look brand new. Right? Fire polish it.
You have someone that works with beads, they may be able to fire polish it for you.
Yeah, if you have your own kiln, Carol, then you can do that.
Torch. I would do it with a torch.
Karen says Barnwell. She knows that place.
It's beautiful up
The most
there.
beautiful
Oh my
sunset
God.
we've seen in a long time.
Gorgeous, gorgeous sunsets. Okay, that's all I know, Carol. Sorry.
Fire polish, though. It sounds
Fire polish, yeah. Mary Kay, a real basic question. Glass language. What are the different types of glass? What is cathedral, water glass, translucent, transparent, opalescent?
You answered your own question. Oh, you want to know what they are?
What are they?
Yeah.
What are the different types of glass? Okay, cathedral.
Well, cathedral glass is a colored glass that allows light to pass through it, and you can see through the cathedral glass itself.
So how is cathedral different than translucent or transparent?
Well, a transparent glass is a glass that you can see through. A translucent glass is a milky kind of glass that allows light to pass through, passive light, but you can't see through it.
So is a cathedral glass different than a transparent?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
No.
And opalescent?
An opalescent is basically the same as your translucent. Opalescent, opaque, the first few letters of that word tell you exactly what it is. You can't see through it. It is opaque. It allows light to pass through.
So what are the other types of glass? I mean, then you can dive deeper into ripple,
Well, you
transparent,
can get
textures.
mouth blown antique that's made in Germany. You can get glasses that are made over in the UK. You can get
machine rolled antique.
Machine rolled antique that's made in Germany and Switzerland and France.
China.
So,
was it made in China?
I don't know.
No, that's
the
blue chip.
Chinese are probably trying to do it, but
I think that's glue chip.
I think the Swiss and the Germans are still doing it the best.
I don't know.
So those glasses that we're talking about, they're the really expensive, mouth-blown, mouth-drawn antique glasses. So your water glass is just a clear, transparent glass. And the way the water glass is made is when it comes out of the rollers, instead of the roller on the bottom and the roller on the top being the same speed, when the glass comes out of the top at one speed, the bottom roller is moving a little bit faster. And that stretches it, and that's what makes the water glass, y'all. The bottom roller is moving the leer is moving faster than the rollers that are pouring the glass onto the leer. And that's what makes the water glass, y'all.
Good question, Mary. Okay, let's see.
I hope everybody
And
got
you
that
said
as a
you could
test in 10
easily
minutes.
turn that into a Christmas candle.
You could turn it into, yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you're just a beginner, or even if you've been doing this for a long time, just, if you just want to think of something.
Play.
Yeah, just play around. This is so cool here, I see the best way to put that together and make it look the way it should. And it's by eliminating 2 of the 3 points that are trying to come together. That's all. So, but yeah, these are just very simple designs for everyone. And, if if you'd like to have these patterns on our website, then let us know and we'll get them up and you can purchase them off our website.
Let's see.
For next Christmas.
Yeah, I think they. I think that our guys are pretty creative.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, Carol wants to know, when you're doing a piece like the holly leaves with open areas, do you tin the edges before soldering them together?
Yes. Yeah, because sometimes it may be really difficult to get in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Texas Tom says E6000. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that works good. Okay.
Yeah. I like E6000. It seems to hold up pretty good.
And if you do it by the directions, it works.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's
right?
the whole key. You do it by the directions.
That's right, because you have to
wet both sides.
Yeah, you have to do both sides. Let's sit, I think, 10 minutes before
and stick them together, and then it's on.
Okay. Magali said there was a Mac glue, but they have been out of business for a while. Okay. I am Alan. Can you use a little foil on the surface and in the top piece and solder them? Can you use a little foil on the surface and in the top piece and solder them? Yeah.
Yeah. If I were building the holly, right? If I were building the holly, I would wire everything together, and so that it didn't come apart, and I would hang it from the points down underneath here. I would hang it from down here, right there.
Yeah, and so you would tin it,
Yeah, you would tin everything.
and even your little nuggets.
Yeah.
You would tin those, and then you would tack it.
Right, and then I mean you can use your nuggets.
Well, you could.
You can use more than 3 nuggets, but
yeah, you could use a whole bunch.
So you could use your nuggets like that. That actually looks pretty good. Or
But
the other,
just play with it.
Just play around with it. But the whole idea would be to foil it and wire it just like anything else, so that it didn't come apart, and then that would allow you to hang it.
Loctite 363 ultraviolet glue. Yes.
Yeah, the 363.
That's what we
had.
the 363. Okay, yeah, that's good.
We used to use the 314 for something, but
I can't remember.
I don't
what
remember.
It was.
Yeah, but the 363.
Loctite makes a whole
oh my gosh,
slew
yeah.
of products.
And it's a
for
little
glass-
less expensive than
glass to
some of the
metal,
other,
glass to glass.
than some of the other ultraviolet light.
Carol, yeah, you could even get a microwave kiln or a tabletop kiln. Maybe you can find one used that.
Yeah, if you're just doing small pieces. Like you said, if you had a small piece that you needed to clean up, microwave kilns are
Maybe
they're less
Santa
than $50.
will bring you one.
That's right. Maybe Santa will bring you one.
That would be good, right?
Right. Hey, Santa.
Magali said we maybe should do a video on different types of glass. Is that something that y'all need to see?
Do y'all
We'd
need
be
to
happy
see something like that? Because I'll be happy to do it for you. Knowledge is power, I guess. So.
Okay.
But when you look at, and I don't know how many of y'all have sample sets or sample boxes of the different manufacturers here in the States. But I've got some sample boxes, and my GNA sample box is just out of this world. So I maybe could share that with y'all.
What, the GNA we have?
Yeah, the
Or
GNA sample
collection?
set.
Oh, the collection? Oh, the sample
The
set.
sample from
Yeah, but
Benheim up in New York.
We'd have to make a list of all the different glasses then. And,
Right.
I'm sure we have a sample of every one somewhere. Each one that would be of interest.
Oh, I'm sure we do, because the sample sets all have your cathedrals, your opaques, your textures, your obscures, all that stuff.
Magali said she got some glue on Amazon using a black light pen. Okay, let's see.
Well, that's pretty cool. Well, you're still using an ultraviolet light. So
Yeah, it's
if you're in it,
ultraviolet light.
if it's that black or purple, you're on that end of the spectrum, and that's what's gonna make the glue activate is the ultraviolet.
Yeah. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
thank
CM,
you,
thank you.
CM.
Here we go.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we got news. Go ahead, Barb.
We got
Hang
some
on.
news. Now,
Let's
I
get
haven't
that
added
dancing
up
first.
everything yet, but we are getting
Go ahead.
what are we getting?
Well, you remember we told y'all that each time that y'all make a donation through any of our processes that we have, that you can make a donation, that funding was going towards the new studio. Well, Barbara, today we took the funding from the last few weeks, and Barbara purchased tell me what it is. It's something.
A monitor.
A monitor, number one.
So I'll be able
we
to
have a
see.
brand new monitor coming, and then we also have. She bought this. It's called a coil.
He doesn't know.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's handheld, and what it does is we can set it up on a tripod, and it allows
Gyrometer.
but it has a
gyrometer.
No, it has a gyro in it, so when you're holding it, it doesn't jump around and everything.
Oh, God.
And so we're really excited to have ordered it. I just wish I knew what the flux it was.
I can tell you what it is, honey. Apparently, I can't
it's shipped.
tell you. Yeah, it already shipped.
Oh, what's it called?
It is called a gimbal.
A gimbal.
A stabilizer.
We ordered a gimbal stabilizer today. So, y'all, thank you. This is what your kindness and funding for the and donation, just out of kindness, goes to the RDRV channel. And this is what we do.
But
with
the
your
main
funds.
thing
Thank you.
is the monitor. The monitor is much needed. And so even though I'm here still in this studio, I still need a big monitor so I can read.
She does. So
Thank you,
thank
CM.
you, CM, very much. Yeah.
Did we do the light?
Oh yeah, we danced.
Okay. Sorry about that. I could not. My mind just
That's
goes
just so
blank.
exciting,
I was
y'all.
so
So
nervous.
It's very exciting that y'all are excited for us and helping us with this project. So, because really, think about it, it's for you guys too.
Yeah.
It
So we'll
really
be
is.
using that at Huntington Beach State Park and show you a little bit about filming with that as we
Right.
talk about filming and photographing for you to move your career forward.
Right.
We'll share with you what we're learning along the way. So I have
It's
no idea how to operate that.
It's
thing,
very exciting though.
But we'll learn.
It is. It's very exciting.
Okay. So, question. Is melting one piece of glass to another the only use for a kiln, or are there others? And if so, what?
Oh gosh, there's a ton of uses for a kiln with glass. And not, you don't just melt two pieces of glass together, because there's a lot that goes before you do that. So, but yeah, so kilns are very useful in your studio, and if you wanted to advance your work somewhat, I would say a small kiln in your studio is always a good idea. A little 8-inch, the mini kiln. Genkin kiln has nice kilns, and they're sold by Sunshine Glass. Sunshine has some small kilns that start out at $800 or $900, and they go up to. I mean, you can spend as much money on a kiln as you want. We have a couple of kilns in the back that we've spent thousands of dollars on, but and they're 20 years old, so you get what you pay for, and we're really happy to have them as part of our tool arsenal back in our shop. So
That's right. Okay, Texas Tom said Creator's Precision Lead Stretcher. He just got a box with a flyer in it. Yeah, let's get together with that. What is that? Rochelle.
Rochelle.
You are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. And like I said, we're going to be sharing these techie stuff with you. If you
Here
guys
we go.
want to
Hey,
get
that new machine's going to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Oh, I think I
Thank
put it
you,
in
Rochelle.
I put it in our Amazon store. So if you want to know
see
what
what
it
it
is,
is.
and you can remind me what it is when I forget what it's called. I keep wanting to call it a gyrometer, but it is not.
It has a gyro in it that keeps it level. So.
Gyrometer. Anyway, it's in our Amazon shop if you want to know what it is. Thank you,
Thank
Rochelle.
you guys so much more tech stuff for the
love
studio. Thank you.
And
very
I look at that card. It's on my desk
much.
right
It's
now.
so
We
beautiful,
love it.
Rochelle. Thank you.
And everyone that has sent cards, thank you so much. We got some more in today. I haven't had a chance to
Oh,
open them.
and we got a letter, and we have to read that.
Anita, I haven't had a chance to read it. I'm going to read it tonight when I get home and look at all the pretty cards. Got a card from Ray. Thank you, Ray, and Karen and Rochelle. And thank you guys for thinking of us and checking in with us and saying Merry Christmas. We really appreciate
And
it.
thank you for being parts of our Monday nights.
Okay, and
Oh man.
Kara
I
R.
tell you.
said she just shipped out her very first glass Christmas presents today, and she's so glad she discovered this art form.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Lead stretcher, Scott. Lead stretcher.
Lead stretcher. We all need one of those leg stretchers.
I wish I could get a leg stretcher. It sounds pretty good.
Before I got my hip replaced, I used to use the analogy what would make my leg feel better, and it was if someone took my foot and ran out of the house, ran around the house, and let it go, and it came back. That would make my leg feel better.
If you want to know the Amazon store, Ray just
Thank you, Ray.
shared the link. Thank you, Ray.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And I didn't put the monitor on there yet, but I will. I'll put that up.
Yeah, it's so nice. We're really looking forward to the project. We've got a lot of things behind us, and the new year is just absolutely looking so
Great.
awesome. Yeah, it's looking so awesome. The new year.
Anita, they have cheaper ones. That one's a little bit pricey, but like I said, I match. I thought this was a good time to buy the one that goes with my camera. So look at your camera. If you're thinking about buying one of those things, you got to look at your camera and all that before you decide which one you need.
Yeah. So when you have that,
have to
and
get it
because
to
our grant is all about matching funds. So we do, we have a grant for X number of dollars, and then we have to match that as well. So we end up getting a really big project for half of the cost. So it's really it's quite awesome, and we're really happy to be teaming up with the South Carolina Arts Commission and the RDRV channel to do this project. So.
Yes, we are. And we should be bringing their logo up in the next few weeks as we talk about the project.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And
yeah,
get
we'll
that
be building
started.
a stained glass window for that.
Yep.
There's Miss Mary.
Okay.
She's wandering
Any
around.
questions come in? Do y'all have any questions?
You know what, Barb? Last week we had several people say that their silver snit pliers were upside down.
Oh, yeah.
Karen
I
was
think
one
we got
of
that
them.
all straightened
I
out,
think we got
didn't
that
we?
figured out. Yeah.
We got it all
We
straightened
did, and
out.
hey, y'all, I think I made a little mistake. I said that was a screw, and it's not. These little things, they just pop right out. They just pop right out in your hand, and you can interchange them. We do have the silver snit blocks on our page as well. And if you need another set, it's always, don't wait till you need the set to order them. Go ahead and get a set. Have them sitting in your drawer. Leave them in the baggie that they come in. Have them sitting in your drawer. And then when you mess up like I did and try and unscrew it, you'll have a set sitting on your bench that you can put in there.
Rochelle said she's been here since almost the beginning, and she loves to see how the channel has grown. Yeah, and I think next year's going to be even better. I think we're going to grow pretty fast and furious.
I think so too. And you know what? 21,947 subscribers as of when we started the live stream at 7 o'clock tonight. So we're going to surpass 22,000 this month. And our goal, I hope, is 23,000 by New Year's Day. So that's going to be awesome. We're going to get 1,000 new subscribers in the next 9 days. Right, Barb?
That's right. That's what we need. Just a few more because we want to be 22 by January 1st. Right?
We want to be 23 by January 1st.
23
22,947 is where we are now, Barb.
Oh
so we're going to hit 22,000 in the morning.
Oh, you think we're going to hit 23 by the first of the year?
Yeah, 10 more days. That's 1,000 subscribers in 10 days. And we only average 35, but we're going to double it and triple it.
You're trying to put me under a lot of pressure.
No, it's going to be, if we don't make it, it's okay. But you know what? Here's the thing. You set goals for yourselves, and now I've set a goal for you guys to tell your friends to join our channel.
Okay, Mimi wants to know if the grant is for RDRV or Conway Glass. The grant is for me. It's an individual artist grant, artist project. So it's an artist project. So it's not funding the RDRV channel or Conway Glass. It's funding me as an artist to do an art project, and the media project is.
Right.
Is what we're doing, and that's just to bring stained glass to more people and do a more professional show, so that more people will want to watch.
And the logistics are very important because now we're tracking everything that's going on. We're tracking every subscriber that joins us, and we know we're getting 156,000 views a month on our channel every 28 days, and we know that we're getting 39.5 subscribers a day on a really good day. And so that helps us out getting almost 1,000 subscribers a month. But all that information, y'all, has to go to the South Carolina Arts Commission. And we want it to grow because we want them to see how we're growing with their grant money.
And getting the information out to more people is what they
want to see.
Not only in South Carolina, but worldwide. So that's what we're trying to do.
So they're not just at our back door. They're international with us.
Okay, so Scott says he doesn't see our social media networks in the description. If you go to RDRV channel and look at About, all that's there. But anyway, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Mostly Facebook. Facebook Conway Glass page. Facebook RDRV page. A little bit of Instagram, but mostly YouTube.
Right.
We've been on Facebook for many, many years.
Well,
so
since,
we
yeah.
have a lot of people on Facebook with us, and we love that. Our group. We love our group on Facebook. It's small, about 5,000, 6,000 people, but it's a good group.
Just little. Just little tiny.
Mostly local, I found. Mostly local South Carolina people.
Right.
But if you want to find us, we're there. Okay.
This is awesome. We've had a great night.
Twitter, Instagram, not Twitter. Not Twitter.
We don't do the Twitter.
I had to get off of Twitter a couple years ago because I'm not a news person. I can't. But Instagram, a little bit. I like Instagram. Okay, Okay. So where are we? Any more questions?
I don't know, but I'll tell you, I'd like to go ahead and just thank everybody for your super chats tonight and everything, and helping us along with the grant. And then I want to just take a moment and I'd really like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we will see you guys, next week sometime. We hadn't decided. We haven't decided on how we're going to say hi to everybody. And
he's still thinking about how to get you guys a Christmas message. So I guess we'll come up with something, because around Saturday at 5 o'clock it's going to be like, shouldn't we have a Christmas message?
Well, we might do maybe Christmas Eve, just do a Christmas message and leave it for you guys to we'll dress Mary up.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Jennifer. Good to see you. I didn't see you pop in tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Karen, Rochelle, you guys, everybody.
Ray.
Everybody's
Scott's
awesome.
been giving us a hand.
Yeah, Scott, thanks.
Thank you, Ray. Anita, I'll be reading your letter tonight. Magali's heading out.
Yeah, so
and, a lot of people here tonight, and we're so happy to see you.
We are. We're very happy to see you.
And wish you a very
guys.
Merry Christmas. If we have no more questions,
I guess it's time to get a milkshake.
I think a milkshake.
Are we having a milkshake tonight,
I think
Mrs.
so.
Claus?
I think I'm going to have a minty peppermint shake.
To match your buttons.
Yeah, I'm going to have a
Peppermint
minty peppermint.
It's a good thing it's cool outside, because her buttons would be sticking to her dress.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's pretty cool outside.
Okay,
Ray, thanks for
guys.
working so hard tonight, buddy. We appreciate everything.
Thank you, Ray.
That's awesome.
Okay, everybody, we're going to head out. We're a little bit early going out.
Any more questions? Because we don't have to
questions?
leave right
We got
now.
3 more minutes.
We got it.
Did you make your dress? No. I bought this at a very fashionable store, and the name of it is Big Lots. I walked into Big Lots. I was shopping for Christmas decorations, and this is what I found. And it's like a sweater. And you won't believe how comfortable
it's knitted,
it is.
really. I think it's knitted nice. I don't know anything about
It's
clothes,
got this
but
beautiful furry collar. And
peppermints for buttons.
go to your local Big Lots and see if they have one. They might even have it online. You can order it or something. I don't know. Okay.
So I told Barbara I was going to ask everybody to take a picture of their ugliest sweater, Christmas sweater, and send it to us.
Okay.
Send it to us on the what's it called?
On the viewer
page,
showcase.
on the viewer showcase page. So it's Barbara will give you that address. Take a picture wearing your ugly Christmas sweater, because no sweaters are ugly. They're all like glass. Some are just prettier than others.
What do you like better, the silver schnitz or the lapinets?
I like them both, because they each do a very specific task for me. Yeah, so I like them both. If I had the choice, I would still have both of them in my tool arsenal, like I do now. So
I am Alan saying, Merry Christmas, and may everyone's stocking be filled with happiness.
thank you, I am Alan. That's awesome.
That's a good way to close the show.
That's a good way to close the show.
Thank you, everyone, and we shall see you soon.
Merry
Have a
Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you maybe next year,
know.
maybe before.
I don't know. We'll keep up with
Merry
you.
Christmas,
Merry
y'all.
Christmas, everybody.